The other case that I wanted to show is the case of using pipelines. So if we go back here, we have functions and middlewares. So there are a few middlewares in this solution. So let me show you what a middleware is. If we go here, we have this middleware folder, and we have this use language step. So this one is basically it's a fluent methods, so you can append some things to the request. So for example, we have this use language. So when we do the chat builder, we can use, see, the chat client builder. This is extension for the chat client builder. So we can pass basically another method, a delegate. This is exactly the same theory that you will use for middlewares in ASP.NET Core. So it's nothing new, actually. Maybe they are not so common for line of business applications, but this is something general that you will do in .NET. So here we have this method. So here we can do a few things, but the one that we're going to do is we're going to override the complete async. And we're going to do a technique that is called prompt augmentation. So in this prompt augmentation, what it means is that we have the request that we're sending to the chat, and before we send it, we do something else. We append something. So for example, what we're going to do here is we are going to say something like user language is this. So we're going to tell like, okay, answer in this user language. And basically to the chat array that we have, to the list of chat messages, we add this new prompt. So basically to whatever prompt that we have, we are adding one more prompt. Then we execute the completion, and then we remove the prompt from the chat history so it's not visible for the user. So this happens behind the scene. If you are putting this list of chat messages in the grid, you will not see this extra message that we add, because we added before processing the request, and then we remove it after the request is processed. So you will never have it on the list. That's the idea, that you can concatenate several middlewares, and it will go to the next step all the time. And this is kind of the pattern that you need to do, like add the prompt and then remove the prompt again. So if we go to the to here to the helper that creates the chat client, we're going to add this middleware use language. So it's going to be in Spanish. I guess some people here in the chat, in the meetup, speak Spanish like me. If not, I'm going to do it also in Russian and French. So if we go to the definition here, is calling the middleware that we have in our code. So let's run this again. So since this is showing Spanish as the language for the user, the description that we're going to get for the objects will be in Spanish. So let's see. Just let me check my messages, because my phone is ringing nonstop. I guess it's Thanksgiving congratulations or something like that. Actually, the office is closed today. Okay. So let's go back to the cat collection. I should name it something different. It's not only cats. But okay, here we have a black cat. So let's try to describe that one. If I do this, basically what's going to happen is they're going to augment the prompt. And the description that we will have is on Spanish. So here, la imagen muestra un gato negro de pelaje largo con ojos amarillos brillantes. El fondo es verde, probablemente hierba. Sorry, let's go back to English. Let's put this on the So this is the description in Spanish. And of course, since tacos is my favorite food, and that's what I had for lunch, let's describe these tacos here. Let's describe them. And if anyone wants to put a language suggestion on the chat, I will I will make the AI do the translation in that language. And you can confirm also in the chat that that is the correct description, because I might not understand whatever language I'm translating to. So if someone wants to put that a suggestion for a language, just write it on the chat. So let's see. And we have a Spanish. I know that some people here speak Spanish. I have some friends from Argentina actually in the meetup. So I guess they can confirm that this is the the right description of the image. And just one more. Like, let's do it on Russian language. That Russian has a special different set of characters, because like Chinese, they use, I think, 2 bytes per character instead of 1 for like ASCII. Also Spanish use like something like that, UTF-8 and above, because we have accents and we have ñ, which is that end with the little hat on the top. So let's do this one again. And now it's going to translate to Russian. And what I'm going to show you is, let's show here the step. What I want to show you is how many messages we have on the prompt before, and how the number changed, that we are going to add one and then we're going to remove one. So before we clean up and before we add. So let's describe this other guy here. Describe image. Okay, so at the moment we have only one message in the chat history, because we only send one message in the prompt. So describe what is in the picture in 500 or less characters. And then we have the content, which is the byte array, and the prompt. That's the collection on the content. So now we're going to add one more. So now we have 2. Let's check this. So we have describe what's in the picture, and then user language is Russian. So it means that the answer will be in Russian. Okay, so here now we have still two messages, and we're going to remove the one that we just added, this one here. So we will end up with one message again. So we have one message here. And describe what is in the picture. That was the original message. And okay, so bieli kationek, which means bieli means white in Russian, and kationek means little cat or baby cat. So if someone else speaks Russian but me, my Russian is actually not good, but I will put it there so you can take a look. Okay, so that's everything.